Hello my lovelies and welcome to 2020. I'm actually filming this on December 31st, 2019. By the time you see it, it will be 2020. Oh my gosh, can you believe we're in a new decade? I can't believe we're in a new decade. This is just unreal. So today I want to talk about a palette that I've had. If you can tell by the title, you'll know what it is, but I want to talk about a palette that I've had for a while now. I got it when it was first released because I like to get palettes when they come out so that I can share them with everyone. The first couple times I used this palette, I did not like it, like at all, literally at all. The glitters in it were really hard to work with because of my hooded eyes and because of my wrinkled eyes. I just don't work very well on my eyes at all. I'm going to try to use the palette again. The third time I used it, it worked a little better with me, but I just haven't had much luck with this palette. So I'm going to try it here again with you guys today and we'll see how it goes. First off, I have my camera in a different position, so we're going to see how that works as well. And another thing, I don't know what the hell is going on with my hair. I think it took a vacation for New Year's, but it needs to come back. My hair, I use what's called junkie hair deposit, color deposit. And since my hair's so short, I can't get like a regular color done. I mean, I could, but my stylist told me it'd be just a waste of money because I get it cut every 4 weeks. So she would literally be coloring it and then cutting it right back out again in 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks when I go to her, she actually puts this color deposit in for me, but it comes out, like I can literally, like if I wet my hands and then put my hands through it, my hands turn purple. Like my nails, I don't know if you can tell, but they're purple because I washed it today. And then it just looks like, I just don't know. I mean, I love the color because my hair is usually like, oh, where it's bright right there, that's gray. Anything that's really bright is really gray underneath. But I am just not ready for that gray yet. So I had this Color Butter by junkie. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but anyway, I had this Color Butter that I was using and it just put like a slight amount of purple in and I really liked it. So she told me about this color deposit and I'm like, let me try it. And she mixes amethyst and black. Or platinum maybe, and it gets this color and I just adore it. I love it, and it's different, and it's, when you can see some gray right there coming through, because when I wash my face it comes off. But anyway, it lasts about 10 washes, and I only wash my hair, I know this may sound gross, but I only wash my hair like once a week because it is so short. I don't really have to, and when I'm home I really don't put a lot of product in my hair. I want to use argan oil. I use some root lifter and some hairspray, and that's it. I mean, I really don't do a lot to my hair. And if I'm just going to be sitting at the house, I really don't put like the hairspray and all that in it. So, you know, unless I'm like going out a lot through the week, I really don't have to wash it. So that's enough about my hair. Anyway, another thing. Don't look like freaking Freddy Krueger in this sweater. I mean, like, it's not Halloween. But anyway, I've had a sweater forever and I was probably putting it on because, you know, I'm sitting at home. Anyway, my hubby's on his way home for New Year's Eve. We're just going to sit here and we're going to watch the movie The Joker. I think that's what we're going to do. It's actually on demand, but it's for buy. And I usually don't like buying movies on demand. I like renting them. But it's New Year's Eve. And like you said, it's cheaper than going to the movies. And there's really not much at the movies. I want to see Star Wars, but nobody else does but me. And I don't want to go by myself. So we're just going to sit here and we are going to watch The Joker. And we're going to eat nachos. And that's it. He's had a couple really rough days at work. So that's what we're going to do. So, first off, the palette is very small, so it's very easy to handle. If you haven't seen it yet, this is what it looks like. On the outside, it's a matte finish, so it does show a lot of fingerprints, but I really don't care because I keep mine in the actual cardboard container that it comes in. I store all my palettes in the actual cardboard containers they come in when I store them. And on the inside, it has a really nice mirror, but I can't see in the mirror because I can't see up close, so that doesn't matter to me. She did make it so it's foldable so that you can hold it like this. And here is the palette. It is very pretty. I like the way she did her color stories. She actually has each color listed at the bottom, and she has the different formulas going up the sides. So she has, the way she has them, if you have not seen this palette yet, she has it with matte, the sequin, the metallic, and the glitter. And it goes up. I like the matte colors. And then I like the sequin colors. Once they get to the metallic and the glitter is where I start having issues with how it actually lays on my eyes. So I don't know whether we're going to work with the glitter But as you can tell by the palette, I haven't really done a whole lot with it. You can see, you know, the colors I normally work with because that's me. But we're going to see what I can do with it today to see whether or not I have any better luck with it. And as always, I've already had everything else going on here because it just takes too long if I have to do it any other way. So now I'm going to actually lay down, the first color I'm going to lay down, I should know these colors by name, is Aura. And that's the light color here in the palette. I'm going to lay that down first. I'm just going to lay that down like all over, just to kind of give it a soft look to kind of start. I got my doggies in here with me again today. My Pit and Sheba got into it big time last night. My son let the dogs out and he let the Sheba out, and the pug was waiting to go out because she wasn't like up off the floor when he let the other dogs out. So she was at the door, and when the Sheba came in, I don't know, she just went apeshit and she attacked the pug, and it was a mess. And then the pug bit my son in the hand, and it's just like constant with them two. I just don't understand what the deal was with them two, but you know, separately they're like the best. And then they'll lay together, like right now they're licking each other. Like, what are you doing? And they're, but you know, when they get together, like if I'm holding one or not the other, it's like, I don't know, fight city going on. It's crazy. It is really crazy. Okay, so for the next one, I think I'm going to try, you know, I always do the browns. So I always like the Soothe color, which is this color here. I always seem to do that, like in my like crease area, don't I? I always seem to do that. But it does work. I mean, you know, it does work. So we're going to go with Old Faithful, and we're going to do that because I always do that. And her palette does have a lot of kick up in the pan, as you can see. So if you don't like a lot of kick up, just be prepared for that. So you're going to have to tap it a lot. I keep a trash can by me and tap it off. So there is a lot of kick up. But it does lay nicely on the eyes. That's one thing. The mattes lay nicely. And a lot of people have trouble working with mattes. I don't, typically. And I think it's because I use a good eyelid primer. I use the P. Louise. And I found this by looking on the Morphe site. I was looking for some Jeffree Star concealer because his site was out of it. And I found that base on there. I had seen some other YouTubers use that base, and I thought, well, you know, let me try it, because I used to use the MAC, what's it called, Painterly paint pot. And I found that this works so much better on my eyes. I don't know if it'll work on your eyes, but it works so much better on mine. And that's what I've been using ever since. Alright. So yeah, I'm just doing the normal browns that I do. Sometimes I use the oranges in this. Just depends on how dark I want to go with my eyes. And I might even do that because since I have the red on, I wanted to do the burgundy color that she's got in her palette. I don't want to put that on the outside, but I might throw some of that orange in here. I don't know yet. I try to make my videos quick, and they never do that. I always say, we'll make a quick video, and then 40 minutes later, here we are. So that's just because I talk so much. Not sure if I like this camera angle because I feel like I'm talking to the wall instead of to you all. And my vanity actually goes up. If you see my arm go up, that's how high my vanity mirror goes up. So if I try to put it behind my mirror, which is what I tried to do, then I'm looking up like this, and that didn't work. So, and then the sides come over here. So it's too high. So I have to either sit the camera over here, or I have to sit it on my vanity, which is where I was having it, and then I'm sitting like this. So I'll figure it out. It'll just take some time. Like my husband said, it's all trial and error. And like I've said in my other videos, if you watched them, this side I got to bring up a little higher because this side has more of a hood than the other side does. So I do have to kind of bring that up a little higher. Okay, I'm going to put that down a minute. I'm going to go in. Let's see. I think I am going to pick up that orange color. I think is it called Story? Let me see. Yes, I actually know a name. And that's this color here. Looks almost like a burnt sienna, like Crayola crayons that we had as a kid. I guess they still have that color in there, I don't know. And again, a lot of kick up in the pan. I'm going to put that right here on my lid. And if you have hooded eyes, if you hold the brush like at an angle, you can kind of tap it in. I start out by going down, but then I go up. And that way it kind of lifts it up. And once again, I'm using my favorite Juno brush for this. Let's see if I do this. See how it kind of lifts it up there? That's Sophie. My pug is at my back. Okay. My pug has had a lot of health issues. She had bladder stones back in May, and we almost lost her. She got really sick. Really sick. She had a UTI, and it turned into major bladder stones, and she had to have emergency surgery. And then she had a secondary infection that ended up being like some kind of rare type of infection. And she was on medication, and then that infection went into her bladder wall, because her bladder wall actually basically broke down during her surgery because it was so bad. And they had to deflate it and leave a catheter in her for like 2 days, 3 days, 3 days. And then after that, the infection had set in, and her bladder almost completely rotted. And it was really, really bad. And they were able to save her bladder, but then after that, after this secondary infection set in, she got another infection on top of that infection. So she had to have another surgery to repair her bladder. Like a couple months later, not even, it might even have been like another month and a half, maybe, something like that. And she had barely recovered from the first surgery, and then she had to have that surgery, and then another infection developed, and it was like, oh my gosh. So we have like $8 grand in her just trying to keep her alive. And she became my dog. Right before I was diagnosed with cancer, I was working in a veterinarian's office, and she came in that June, and she has a problem with her eye. She has extreme dry eye, and she also has some veins going across her eyes that's causing her to lose her vision. And she's only a couple of years old. She'll be 3 in March. And actually my grandmother's birthday, March 25th, she'll be 3 years old. And she was just a tiny thing. I mean, she was like that big. I got a picture of her like right here on my shoulder. And she's really, really tiny. And she came in, and the vet was like, yeah, she's going to need to be, you know, extensive care for her eyes, and she's going to go completely blind. And they were like, we'll just send her back to the breeder, because we're not going to be able to sell her in this condition. I'm like, no, you can't do that to her, because I'm not really sure what's going to happen to her. So I took her. So she became my dog, and then I was diagnosed with cancer just a couple of months after that, and she kind of became my saving grace. You know, she was right there with me the whole time. So when she got sick, my husband's like, you know what, she was there for you, it's time for you to be there for her. So we did all this for her, and then she has been a little bit incontinent since. We've had her on medication, and she just within the past week stopped having to wear a doggy diaper. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we finally came over that hurdle. But it's been a long road for her. So we'll see how that goes with her. Okay, I think I've tapped that color in enough talking about my dog. Alright, so before I do the outside, I think I'm actually going to do a little bit on the inside. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this color right here, and I'm going to use that. But I'm going to use my finger because I don't trust it just yet. So we're going to see what happens. If I just tap it in really light. Because I'm not sure I want to try that sequin just yet. I'm not sure I want to go there. Makes me a little nervous. Because this still has some nice pretty sheen to it. Nice glitter. That's not really glitter, but still with the nice sequin look to it. But I would not use a brush, I would use fingers. Or even get one of those, I hate to say this, but remember the little makeup applicators? Sometimes even that will work for this, the little cotton swab things. It's actually really pretty. Okay, I am going to blend out these two colors though. They're looking a little harsh on the edge there. All right, now I want to put this other color in the outside edge. So I'm going to go with Poet. And it's this color right here. It's a beautiful color. It's almost like a burgundy purple kind of look. And it's a lot of kick up in this one. A lot. So I would barely go in with that. And hopefully it won't. Hopefully I knocked enough off of it that it won't go all over my face. So yeah, you definitely got to go in light-handed on her palette. But the good thing is, if you get the kick up, don't waste it. And kind of go back on the outside edge of your palette and use that. My dogs. Neither one of them can jump on the bed, and both of them want to get on the bed. See, it looks really purple in my eye. More than it does a burgundy. And that's just the way things go. I've got some palettes that when they're in the palette, it looks like a yellowy kind of color, almost like a marigold, and then I put it on my eyes and it's orange. And I don't know whether it's because of my eyeshadow base or whether it's just my coloring or what it is. And so far I'm liking the palette much better this time around than when I did the other 3 times that I used it. And that's because I haven't dipped into the metallics or the glitters. I don't know if I want to try the metallic. I might try the metallic. We'll see. But last time when I did it, I mean, it got into my eyes and on my face, and it like literally was in my eyes that it hurt. I mean, it literally hurt for like 2 days. I just don't seem to do very well with glitters. Actually, my husband bought me some glitter, like actual glitter for Christmas last year at Ulta, and I think it was NYX. I think that's what it was, and it was with this little tin, and it had different glitters, and of course a lot of them say don't use on the eyes, and I'm like, if you can't use them on the eye, I don't understand. I mean, I know they say that because if you get in your eyes you can scratch your cornea. So I've been reluctant. I haven't even tried them yet, and it has the glitter glue and stuff in there with it, but after the couple times I've used just basic glitter, I'm just terrified to try it. So that's definitely going to be one of those things I'll try at home and then not go anywhere just in case something weird happens. Okay, I'm going to go back with the first color and pop it back in and try to blend these together. It's all about blending. I used to not blend, I just like put it on and go. And then I figured out, you gotta blend. But sometimes I still don't get very good blending, especially on my outside edges. Because I can't use tape, because if I use tape, then it's gonna pull up makeup. Yeah. And I tried doing, you know, like baking, but because of my creases, it makes it hard for me to, makes it hard for me to bake, so the edges aren't always beautiful. They really, really aren't. Really, really aren't. It's cool with these Juno brushes is they have like a point on them. So like sometimes I can go like this and get stuff off my eyes. It's really cool. Just a little edit down there. You know, I'm liking this look so far. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. My older son texted me and he says, do you want to go out to eat tonight? And I felt bad telling him no. But you know, Mike has had a really bad last couple of days at work. He had some major deadlines that he had to meet for his company because he's a plant manager where he works. And he wasn't able to meet them, and that's the first time since he took over the company that he hasn't been able to meet them. And it's because everybody took a vacation at the same time, like literally. Like all his top guys took a vacation at the same time. So he couldn't get them met, and he's just feeling really bad about that because he's always been, you know, like number one, let's get it done kind of guy, and this time he couldn't do it, and it's just really bad for him. He's just feeling really bad, and I feel so horrible because there's nothing I can do to help him, and he works so hard, like so hard. He's one of the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life. You know, my mom and dad were the same way. They worked their butts off and until the day they died. I mean, but dad retired. He was a policeman. And he retired in the 70s. And then he was in AA for 37 years. So he kind of counseled people until the day he died, literally. He was still counseling until he couldn't. Until he went into his cancer coma. He pretty much counseled people up to the last moment. And then my stepdad was a plumber, and he retired and worked really, really, really hard raising everyone. I mean, really hard. And then mom's the waitress, and she worked until she couldn't work anymore. So I mean, they worked really, really hard with, you know, their jobs. And he's just the same way, and his parents are the same way. His mom's still working. She does hair, and she's still working. I'm gonna try to clean these edges up some. But he works, like, even when he's not working, he's working. He's like that, you know what I mean? Like, even when he's home, he's still working. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that color story, I'm going to put it underneath the bottom here. And I do a little trick. I take my my eyeshadow base and I bring it right up underneath here. That way when I do use colors like this, it doesn't stain my under eyes any. Oh no. Uh-oh. Honey's home. And then also want to lay some of this story color down there too. I'm going to try to bring it straight down from where it is on the eye. I'm just tapping really lightly in the pen. And then bringing it kind of like, I touch the color and then I pull it down. go back and I just grabbed any brush this time, but try to smooth it out some. Actually, I didn't do very good in that corner there. I'm going to try to see if I can fix that. Get a little caught in my wrinkle in my eye there. I like the way this eye's looking. Whoops. This eye over here. There's always one that looks better than the other. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, jelly bean? You know what I mean, jelly bean? Alright, something's a little funky. Little funky. I think it's that orange. Blending with the first color I put on. I want to go back and tap that in a little bit and kind of blend that out, but not the sequin, just the regular matte. Just kind of blend that in some. And then we'll kind of pull it up here to blend in these colors a little bit. Trying to give it a soft edge at the top. And just keep blending it out with my brushes, little by little, and then pulling it up. The bad thing is that glitter kind of travels. I'm going to sit back and assess it in the other mirror. I think I'm going to go back to that other color a little bit. It was looking good, now it's looking a little muddy. I might have to do a sequin after all just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. Okay, I'm going to try the sequin in the aura color, and we'll see how it works. We'll see. It's really soft. It's a very soft palette. Yeah, I'm not going to be brave enough to try the metallic. I'm just going to stick with the sequin. Or I should say I'm using the metallic. I'm not going to try the glitter. This is the metallic. A little bit of fallout in the face, but not a lot. Okay. Okay. Put some more of that brown down here. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna try the metallic because or the glitter. I keep calling it metallic. I'm scared because if you see it, I'll show it to you on my fingers. I mean, it's really pretty. If the camera would focus. It just shut off, and when it shuts back on, it takes a minute for it to focus. I'll put it on my hand. I don't know if it's coming in very well. Probably isn't. But I mean, it's pretty, but it just like comes off too easy, and I don't know whether or not it'll. I don't know. I kind of want to try it though. You know, I really do. I want to try it, but I'm so scared it's going to be a mess all over my face. Okay, I can hear you out there. You're saying, try it. Just try it. Just try. Okay, so I'll try it. Okay, I hear you. I'll try it. Okay. Let's do Aura. I'm going to put it on my finger and kind of flick it off in the trash can and see what happens. Okay, okay. I'm not mad at that. It's working. Yeah. You just gotta tap it really lightly in the pan that you can't dig. You just gotta tap. Then you gotta tap it on your eyes. You can't use the brush and you can't rub. And then use another finger to kind of push it down. Because it's really soft. So like if you push really hard in the pan, it's gonna come like it's gonna go everywhere. So yeah, why not do some glitter for New Year's, right? It's probably gonna go everywhere here in a couple hours, but since I'm not going anywhere, why not? Not too bad. This looks a little darker on the outside though. Don't know about that one. I can't mess with it too much because if I get close to that glitter, it's going to go all over my face. Alright. Then I want to take the Aura, the matte, and I'm going to lay it up here. I usually use a thinner brush for this, but I'm going to use a thicker one today. Because my other one's got some glitter, some highlighter on it, so I'm going to do this. And it kind of softens the edge up some. Alrighty. And then, for my eyeliner, I'm going to use my matte. It's got a little bit of metallic in it. I like my gel liners. I have a couple from MAC, and then I have my Juvia's Place as well. And then I have ink blot, right? And I store them upside down with the caps on, obviously, but it keeps the air from traveling down to the lid, if that makes any sense. Because when the lid's on like this, the air can go, but if it's on like this, the air doesn't get to the top of your gel. Just a little tip. Okay, my last video I showed this tip that I learned, but usually I use this brush to do it, but this should be fine. And I did it with a pencil, so we'll see how it works with the gel liner. It's funny how I put my liner on, and then as soon as I open my eyes, it disappears. It gets lost in my hood. Now I know people feel that have really hooded eyes worse than mine. And I know as I age, it's going to get worse. Put my white liner on the bottom. And the reason you see me use sponge when I do this is so I don't put my fingers on my face and mess up my underneath my eyes with my fingers, with the oils from my fingers. Actually, I saw Jeffree Star do that. I'm going to use my white ColourPop liner for that. It just brightens up the eye area. That works really good too if you're tired. You have really tired looking eyes. If you pop that white in there, it kind of brightens your eyes up. Which with my insomnia, getting a few hours of sleep a night, it works. But I recently became an earthologist with Earthly. It's a company that deals with holistic, not medication, but holistic tinctures. And we have one that's called Sleepy Time. And it really works. Just, I sometimes don't want to go to sleep, so that makes it even worse. But it really, really works. You take that and within like a half an hour you're sleeping and you're sleeping through the night. And it's all natural herbs. And they make it in Ohio. And it's just the family that makes it. And they use all organic ingredients, and there's like 4 or 5 ingredients in their stuff. So it's like, you know, dandelion root and stuff like that. So they just, I mean, they're an amazing company. Actually, I'll put my website down below so you can look them up. But I use their vitamin supplements, and it's all liquid. There's no pills at all, none. We have a powder that you can mix in your, like your applesauce, your smoothies and stuff like that. That's actually it's called superfoods, and it's got a bunch of different plant-derived things in it too that you can take. And then the vitamins I take are, it's called Nourish Her Naturally, and it's a liquid. And I take liquid iron, so it's great. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to pop some blush on. I'm done with the palette. Okay, I'm going to use my Juvia's Place. I'm going to put a little bit of coral. I'm going to mix it. I'm going to use my Juvia's Place. And then I'm going to mix it with my Cherry Bomb from Juno. I like to mix colors. So I'm going to mix this one and that one together. And then what I do is I lay them down and just kind of rub the brush together with it and tap it. And what I do is I lay some down first, just to kind of get a base going. And this just starts it. And then I go with highlighter. I'm going to use the Milani. I used this in my video before this one that I got as a free gift with purchase. And it's beautiful. It really is. So I'm going to use that one. I'm going to lay that right here. Got a couple blemishes. It really shows that, doesn't it? Okay. can just start using a gut health tincture from Earthly as well. That's going to kind of help hopefully with all this excess junk I have in me because of my IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. And they say that when you, it's like a detox, and when you start using it, it kind of explodes your face. So we'll see. I just started 2 days ago, so we'll see what happens. And go down my nose, right here, a little bit up here. Usually I take on my fingers. It's got one, doesn't have a Tati palette on it. And then right above the lip. Blend it out. I love highlighter. Love it, love it, love it. And there are a lot of people with my age like to go more natural in highlighter. No, not this chick. No, 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 no. I like to shine from outer space. And then I go back with more blush to kind of blend it. And the Juno Place blush has like a little bit of a sheen to it. So it kind of, did I say Juno Place? Juno. I don't know what I said, but anyway, the Juno blush has got a little bit of, it's got a little bit of sheen to it, if you can see that. So it's, puts a little bit of sheen on there automatically. When I first got this Cherry Bomb palette, I didn't use like any other blush. I just loved it so much, but now I'm starting to kind of go back to my Juvia's Place and mix it in. Alright. Looks different like in my vanity mirror than it does my Juno mirror, because my Juno mirror, sometimes I have to take it and pick it up and look at it like back farther off the lights to see what it looks like. Sometimes it just looks a little much, and then what I do if it's a little much is I take a little kabuki brush and just kind of do this with it to kind of blend it out some. And I'm going to use my Make It Dewy from the Lottie. Set that up some, and I add some Make It Last before it dries. And then I use my Tati palette. See what I did with the case that it came in? Perfect fan. Perfect fan. No waste. No waste. Cool, huh? My son's like, Mom, it's just cardboard. I'm like, yeah, but it's tiny cardboard. Alrighty, alrighty, alright. Before I even start my eyelashes, I want, just in case I run out of time, I'm going to use my Jeffree Star lip. This is, I got this in the mystery box for the holiday. It's called Soft Serve. Not sure if that was the right choice. Just one I happen to grab, but don't. I think it's too pink, like too pinky pink. I think with this eye color it needs to go more dark. Yeah, but that can be remedied because I have more. Check this little trash can thing out. Isn't it cute? I got this from Juno with some other colors that I got with some of the sponges, because I use their sponges. Or some of their sponges. I used their sponges, and it was in there, so it was really cute. Alright, I'm going to take a darker one of their colors. And you know, I have no idea what this color is, because he writes his colors. One complaint I have about Jeffree Star is that he writes his color shades so tiny on some of his things. Some of them I can see, but like this, without a magnifying glass, I cannot see the color on that gloss at all. I'd have to go back and look at my order history to find it. Which you'd write them down the side or something. Oh, that's sloppy as hell, isn't it? That's much better. I should have picked this color first, huh? I love his colors because his formulas are amazing. They stay on all day. They're eating, drinking. But they are mattes. If you don't like mattes, then you may not like them, but I always add gloss on top anyway. And I like that he's got the doe foot applicator, so you can use it as a liner. Actually, I tried one of his liners and I did not like it at all. At all. I don't know if it was just the particular liner. Like maybe I might have got a bad one, but it like skipped across my lip and then it left pieces everywhere. It was nasty. So yeah. So I didn't like that at all. Alright, then I'm going to go with one of his lighter colors. They smell like root beer or licorice. Actually, like birch beer. You remember birch beer? Any of you guys know what birch beer is? To me, it's a better form of root beer. I don't like soft, you know, I like just water. I'm not a soda drinker per se, unless I go to the movies and I like Sprite. But I'm not a soda drinker, but I like birch beer, like old-fashioned birch beer, which is really hard to find. But just what it smells like. It smells like old-fashioned birch beer. Okay, and then I'm going to put his lip gloss, whatever color this happens to be. So if you all know, I don't know. I don't know what color it is. I think I'm gonna put a tiny bit of the Milani lip topper that I got, just like right on top of it. Use my finger like I did on my eyes. I love you guys so much. Okay, and then I'm going to use this color right here. It is a ColourPop Silver. Just because I want to add another little layer of color over top of this. Just right over top of it. I'm going to do a double layer. And I'm going right above it. Kind of make it pop a little bit. And then instead of curling my lashes first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, actually we'll try different. I'm not usually much on the chunky, but I got this through Sephora. It's called Damn Girl. And I got it with a gift with purchase, and I usually don't like this kind of chunky. It's very chunky, very big and bulky. I usually don't like this, so I'm going to try it and see what it looks like without curling my lashes. It's like bigger than my whole eyeball. Look at that. So we'll see. See if it gets in there and gets those lashes that are barely coming in. I haven't read anything about this, so I'm not really sure like what it's supposed to do. I mean, honestly, I really don't. I should have read about it. I've tried it like putting it on after my roller lash, after I've curled my lashes and stuff, but I haven't tried it other than that. Because I just don't like thick, big, bulky brushes. Because it clumps. See how it's clumping right there? It clumps up. And I just don't like clumpy. And I got this little tool right here. This little metal to separate the lashes. But it's awkward. But I couldn't find the regular eyebrow brush that's metal, and the plastic ones don't seem to separate my eyelashes. And this damn thing don't seem to do it either, so I think we just got screwed in that. Alright, I'm not using this on the bottom because I think it's just going to be way too overkill. So I'm not going to use that on the bottom. I'm going to use my roller lash on the bottom. I'm sorry about my dogs in the background making a bunch of noise. They're playing. I'd rather them play than fight, so I'm not complaining about that one bit. Okay, guys. I think that's all I'm going to do because they're getting a little noisy and rowdy in the back. I'm not even going to curl my lashes right now. I'm not going to worry about them. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to hold them because they're starting to dry. Sometimes I do this when they're a little bit wet, and it helps hold them up some. It doesn't curl them, but let's see what it does. Look, I'll show you. Hey. You see how it pulls them up a little bit? Anyway, so that's it, guys. I mean, it turned out better than what I thought it was going to. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, to be honest with you. Because like I said, I haven't had much luck with the palette. But even the glitter, I mean, it didn't do bad. The metallic, I keep saying metallic and glitter, I keep getting mixed up. But the metallic and glitter actually did not do bad. I do have some fallout underneath the eye. When I blink because of my hooded eyes, it does seem to come down. If you can see it, like right in here. But it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I could probably touch it up a little here and there. It doesn't look too bad. So overall, you can see the kick up in the pan. So I don't want to waste that. You can blow it away, but I don't waste like anything. And like I said, sometimes you can do the corners like this and do the edges. I didn't want to do that because there is some glitter in the pan. I mean, in the cover. But I keep all my covers. And like I said, I do keep the cardboard boxes. They come in, so I slide that back down in there. Which I don't know where I put that. Anyway. And as always, I use my Juvia's Place foundation. And I use my Jeffree Star concealer today under my eyes in C4. And also on my nose and some other hiding places. Dudes, really. And I used my Juvia's Place highlighter, or I mean concealer, to cut out my it's hell when you get old. To cut out my contour, and I did use my bronzer, my chocolate bronzer that smells like chocolate. I used it in another video, just in case you didn't see that video yet. My Too Faced chocolate. It smells so good. It's the color milk chocolate, by the way. I did use that, and then I used my Juno blush today, like I said, and my bling brushes that I use in every video, and my Juno brushes that I use in every video. So, go check these guys out. Seriously, you gotta check out the bling brushes. As much work as they put into each one of these brushes, they put like hours to lay each one of these down. So you guys need to go check them out. I'll link them below. Not sponsored at all. They don't even know I exist. I just love their brushes. Same thing with Juno. Very inexpensive brush. Very good brush. I'll link them below as well. And I'll link all the products that I used today. Except of course the Jeffree Star lip color, the first one I used, because it is just part of his mystery box, so you can get that one. I don't think he's going to carry that. I think it's just a mystery box color. But this one did come in the mystery box too, the gold, and I used that at Christmas. It was really pretty. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Yeah, it might not be glamorous and gorgeous, but like I said, I'm not going anywhere. This was just for you guys. And get on my teeth. Anyway, Happy New Year, guys. I'm sorry the video was kind of boring. I just wanted to get on here and do this for you all and for me, because like I said, it does kind of pick me up and make my day better, and I hope it made your day better. So, happy decade. Happy decade. Let's make this a great one, okay? Let's get on this bandwagon of joy, and let's just make some changes in this world, because this world kind of sucks right now. There's a lot of things going on, and I'm just sometimes not proud, you know, of the way things are in this country, and I just wish I could change more and do more, but I'm just not, you know, one of those go-getter kind of persons and persons. I'm just not, and I admit it that I'm not. So just go out there, be happy, do your thing, be proud of who you are, what you are. Don't change for anybody. Just keep living, keep reaching for the stars, keep living for your dream, and go out there and make something of yourself. Go out there and do what makes you happy. And come back and see me. And comment below what you do with your life, and what you do on a daily basis, and what you do that makes you happy. And if you like my videos, and I know that's really boring, and a lot of my videos are really boring, but if you do like my videos, please give me a thumbs up. Come back and see me again, and subscribe and hit that button down below to notify you when I post another video. Thanks, guys. Take care. Love you. Bye.